And I'm so excited that you are taking part of your evening tonight to be with us. My name is Angie Thomas. I am here in St. Louis, and I'm joined by Susan Knott and Don Junker and Barb Lagoni and all of our wonderful friends around the country, really. And we are so excited to share this new product line with you about, let's see, what has it been now? 10 days ago.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was launched at our global conference in Atlanta. And I don't think there was anyone sitting down in their chairs after they announced this. We were so excited. And, we have all loved Shaklee for a while and loved every product they bring out. So we knew that this new product line was going to be something just ridiculously special, and it is. And we're going to tell you a lot about it tonight. But one thing that really speaks to me that I just think that this makes it very unique is that there are a lot of skincare lines out there, and there are some skincare lines that work, but they compromise ingredient integrity. And maybe the ingredients have some chemicals in there that we maybe shouldn't be putting on our skin, some things that might be damaging to our skin long term or even to our body because our skin absorbs so much. And then there's some companies out there that do have some pretty valid ingredients in there, but they compromise it working. So we have nothing out there that's really making sure that we're hitting both and everything is working and it's safe until Shaklee came out with this new line called Youth. And that's what I'm personally really excited about, is that I know that what I'm putting on my skin is safe. And I also know that it's doing some great work. So I'm really excited that we can show you this tonight. A couple little housekeeping tasks while we have everybody. So right now we're screen sharing our PowerPoint slides. We're going to go back and forth through the evening, and we want this to be as interactive as possible. If you have a question, anything like that, down at the bottom of your screen, you'll see, if you put your mouse down there, a black bar should pop up, and there's an option for chat. You can go ahead and click on that and type your question in, and we are going to try to pay attention to that little window. You might want to either close it once you're done with your question or just move it off to the side so you can keep seeing our screens and our demonstrations. And the other thing I want to show you that I don't actually see is the hand raising option.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this.
It's under participants.
Okay, thank you. So near that chat button, you'll see participants, and everyone that's on the chat will be in a box lined up, and you'll see a button that says raise hand. And if you do that, Richard, you're raising your hand. Do you want to be unmuted, Richard? See, then I can say, Richard.
Yeah.
Actually, I think, Susan, you're the only one that can unmute. Oh, no, he's unmuted. Hi, Richard. Okay. So
he was just practicing so you could see we're raising hands.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Richard. You're such a good participant.
You said participate, so we did it.
Thank you, Richard. You're always here for us. Okay, so then the other thing I want to tell you is that the bar with all of our pictures on it, right now mine's at the top. Yours might be on the right-hand side. You can take one of the black bars on the top of it and scoot it around. And I like mine on top. So I just kind of scoot it up to the top. And when I release my cursor or my mouse, it will go across the top of my screen. So just move it around so you can see everything and nothing is blocking your view of our wonderful stuff we're going to share tonight. All right. Sound good to everybody?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, let's do it.
What we're going to do is we're going to kind of have fun and ask you a question. We're going to practice using the chat that Angie just taught us about. So if you could all click on the chat at the bottom of your screen and just tell me, I'm just going to ask you a question. Where would you like to see the most improvement in your skin, with your skin? Would it be wrinkles, skin texture improved, pore size, hyperpigmentation, even skin tone, a little more radiance, firmness, sagging, whatever? Just start chatting in. Okay. I see somebody said elasticity, please. Okay, Francine.
Thank you for your politeness there, Francine.
Please. Yeah. Julie, all. Even skin tone, firmness, fine lines, right. Lines around my mouth. From all the smiling. But those are smile lines. Those are kind of nice too. Awesome. Okay. Well, this is great because that's what we love about this youth line that was introduced. It helps so many of these different issues. And so we're going to have some fun tonight demonstrating live as we use the products right here. It's going to be very real on ourselves. But first, Angie is going to share with you a couple of things that got all of us excited at conference when we heard it. And I think you're going to be really amazed and impressed too. So I'm going to quickly screen share and hop on over there for you, Angie. And is this the, hold on.
Yep.
Okay, do I need to make that bigger? Is that what I need to do?
Just hit play. Just hit play.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So these are some of the questions that a lot of people wonder when they think about a skincare line. Maybe not all of them, but some of them may be important to you. Dermatologist tested, like that's number one importance, right? We want to make sure that someone has checked on this. Hypoallergenic, suitable for sensitive skin. I've actually heard a lot of people with sensitive skin out there having some remarkable results. Non-comedogenic, ophthalmologist tested, which I thought was really awesome because that has to do with our eyes, making sure that it's safe to have around our eyes. That it's gluten-free. That's a big one for some people because some people have gluten sensitivities topically. 100% vegan, cruelty-free, which very important for me. So those are some of the bullet points. One thing I want to note is that not all, but many of those products are also nut-free. So if that is a concern for you, there are many of these are nut-free. And, at Shaklee, we have something that we call Beyond Organic. And that is our philosophy that Shaklee quality standards go beyond how and where an ingredient is grown. So we look to confirm the purity and the potency of the ingredients after harvest, not just during the harvest, not just while they're growing, to guarantee that the finished product is free of the chemical contaminants. Shaklee screens for over 350 contaminants, pesticides, impurities on every botanical ingredient, which is 3 times more than what's required. So that's the kind of quality and purity you're going to find at Shaklee in all of our products, including our new youth line. What I was super, super duper excited about is this list of ingredients that Shaklee will never include in a youth product. The list is over 2,500 ingredients long. These are just a few that you're seeing on your screen. If you'd like the whole list, we can get that for you. It's all available online for the public. And it is incredible that they were able to take all these ingredients out and still come up with a product line that's doing as many great things as it is. So
all
Susan,
right,
let's start looking at all this stuff.
Okay, so what we're going to do is before I start sharing the cleanser and the toner right here live in front of you all, so you're going to see it all happen, is I just wanted to tell you I happen to be very lucky because I was in the testing group. So that means Shaklee sent me products and asked me to sign a confidentiality agreement to test the products 60 days before the launch of the products to the rest of the field. So it was very fun and very exciting. And what I just want to tell you real quick, my experience and results, just 3 things that I noticed fairly quickly. I would say within a week or 10 days later, I started noticing things and I was amazed. I thought it would take much longer. So first I noticed that it appeared that some of my fine lines were disappearing or getting smaller. And then I also noticed I kept touching my neck because it felt so good. I would touch my face and my neck. It just felt more toned and firmer. And I find myself still throughout the day, I love the feel of my neck and my skin now. So my skin just feels great. And then I also noticed my overall skin tone appeared to be evening out. Because, from my age and being in the sun a lot as a kid, and even now I do have, some sunspots and stuff. And I actually found that I wasn't using foundation hardly very much this summer at all. I mean, I could probably count on 2 hands, maybe at the most. And that was kind of unlike me. So it is very exciting. And I'm just going to get started right now here with you with the first product. And so this is called the Luminous Gel Oil Cleanser. I love that name. What it says is, I'm going to read the tube to you because I love how they describe it. It's our 3-in-1 soap-free, pH-balanced cleanser, combines a patented blend of vitamins and polyphenols, plus exfoliating algae to gently polish, purify, and prepare your skin. Face the world with radiance you were born with. It's only natural. So isn't that fun? I just love that. So anyhow, I'm going to do it. So right here, you just twist it open a little bit. I'm going to turn some water on. Oh, and that's what I want to tell you too, is this was made to help remove eye makeup. It's intended for that. So this is exciting. At first you might be a little nervous, but it's fine because that's what it was tested and made for. So I'm going to throw some water on my face. Let me see if I'm going to turn the screen a little bit so I'm not too down, so get your face kind of wet and your neck. And I'm just going to put some, since it's the end of the night, and you don't need to use a lot. I mean, can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too much. And I just take my fingers because they're kind of wet and I rub it together like that. And then I start rubbing it all over, including my neck and my eyes. And you will see here as it kind of smears and stuff, I will then see the eye makeup starting to remove. Can you see that?
Yeah.
What I do is I just take a little cotton round. This is real, folks.
I love you, Susan.
And I get it wet and then watch. I mean, it's like magic. It really is. You don't have to work on it.
Yeah.
It's literally,
I like this cotton round idea. I haven't done that. I like that.
Great. That was kind of my new discovery, which I'll probably tell you about. So anyhow, look at that. My eye makeup's done. And I had eye makeup on, full eye makeup on. So I'm going to finish my face and then dry it off. So,
and doesn't it smell amazing, Susan?
It smells so good, guys.
I love the smell.
Good. And after you rinse it off, which I'm doing now, my neck. So I am all rinsed off. Here we go. So I'm all rinsed off now. Okay. And it just feels refreshing. Like Angie mentioned the smell, but it feels really refreshing and just clean. You're going to fall in love with it the first time you use it. Like this isn't anything you need to get used to trying. So now the next step that I use is called the toner, Perfecting Skin Toner. And this is not something I've heard people say, oh, I don't use a toner. Well, this is not something you want to skip. And let me tell you why. I've heard it described before as it's kind of like the second, it's the rinse cycle in the washing machine. And that makes perfect sense because what it does is it helps remove any leftover makeup or dirt on your face that the cleanser doesn't get off. That's one thing it does that all toners do, right? And so here I'm putting a little on here. It's not a lot. And but the thing with with this one right here, actually I should read it to you. It's called Let's Clarify. Free your skin of dull cells and environmental pollutants to show the world a brighter, more radiant you. Go way beyond the basics to exfoliate, hydrate, and nourish. So it exfoliates, hydrates, and nourishes besides just kind of finish the cleanse with a patented blend of essential vitamins and extracts of green algae and muscadine grape. So it is a very important step, and it's super simple. What I do want to tell you is that the little tip that I discovered was in the beginning, I was using a cotton ball, which is fine to use, but I noticed I was like saturating it because these cotton balls like soak it up fast. So that's why I switched to the rounds because I didn't feel like I was using as much and it's going to last longer. So anyhow, now all I do is rub it around on my face and down on my neck, all around, and my skin, no big deal. It's ready to go. And let's see. Yeah. So.
And that one smells great too.
It does. It smells so great.
The smell is like the best part. Sorry, you guys can't smell it.
Well, it just feels great and refreshing. So what I'm going to do is I'm done with those two products for now. We're going to switch on over to Dawn, who is going to share a slide real quick before she does her live demo. So hold on 1 minute. Let me hit share screen. And I'm going to bring up the one.
Hey, while you're doing that, Susan, if people have their group chat open, there's some really great comments going on there too. You can browse over there.
Stop and look at those?
If you want, I mean, yeah, let's take a look. It's, Becky says it's interesting that it doesn't lather that much.
Right.
And that's because it's so free of chemicals, right?
Mm-hmm. There's Jill commented on that. Smart. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it doesn't have the sulfate in it or something that creates lather, something like that. Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
thanks, Laura. Costco carries the cotton rounds in multi-packs. Awesome. I'm going there tomorrow. Yeah, and you can't even open your eyes. It doesn't burn. Exactly. Okay, these are great. I'm going to go ahead and now hit the screen share and get Dawn ready to take it on here. Okay, Dawn, I think It should go. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Okay, we're going to take a look at the results that were determined from a skin age index, and that evaluated, as we can see on the slide, face wrinkles, pore size, skin texture, hyperpigmentation, the evenness of the skin tone, firmness, radiance, and sagging. And based on that skin age index, it was determined that 100% of the women were proven to have younger looking skin, and also 2/3 of them actually shifted their skin into a younger decade, which is impressive. Very impressive. Who wouldn't want another decade? And then the picture's worth 1,000 words for sure.
And we know all these people.
Yes, we do. Yeah. And speaking of decades, we've got, probably a decade between each of these women shown here. But some of the, they have some of the similar issues with, we all have those nasal labial lines, the smile lines, and there's something they call a marionette lines, and there's all sorts of interesting terminology for it, but definitely improved. And this is just with 60 days of using the program.
Wow.
Yeah, very impressive.
It's incredible. It is.
Well, are the ages on those pictures, Dawn?
I know I did not. I've never seen.
You know what? The woman at the top.
Interesting.
That's Nancy Brown. She's 77.
Wow. Wow.
The woman to the right is Crystal Gossett, and she's 33.
Oh, wow. What about Nicole? Do you know how old Nicole is?
I think she's 40. I have that in the other room, but yeah.
She could easily passed for her 30s. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, she's in her 40s. Yeah.
And this next slide, we're just talking about what happens as we age, and then how the youth regimen approaches that. And I went down the rabbit hole reading all sorts of things about cross-linking of cells. It was really fascinating. just kind of a science geek that I am. But wow. Anyway, and it's interesting. Then when you start looking at the ingredients and things, it's interesting how surprised that the scientists have addressed all of those issues one by one. So with the aging, we have slowed cell renewal, loss of collagen, the elastin degradation. Apparently it's not less, but degrades. Loss of energy in the cell, and we all know that cells have energy, but I never really thought about it. And this recoil being reduced, it's like when tissue stretches and then it recoils and it comes back, and so you lose that too. So that's some of the sagging that happens, and then the diminished fibrillin, which is actually the scaffolding for elastin, and then decreased oil production, so the dryness and things like that. So then you have the wrinkles, the thin skin, the loss of firmness, the sagging, the dry skin, and then the change in skin texture. It was really interesting. They were talking about how wrinkles are different from aging versus photo aging. And the photo aging is when you get just from aging, your skin's a little shinier and you have the spine wrinkles. And photo aging with exposure to the sun, you get those really rough, surface of the skin and much deeper grooves and things like that. So then, of course, we have the sun protection factor in many of the products that are in this line. And then I just wanted to, let me just skip to that because I think that was very interesting. Every product is formulated with active anti-aging ingredients, and the Youth Complex is a formula which is in a couple of the products, and that activates the proteins. The collagen, elastin, and fibrillin are actually extracellular proteins, so it really works intracellular and extracellular in terms of the products. And that was formulated to help provide nutrients and energy into the skin. And then the muscadine grape polyphenol are found in each and every one of our products, which, and that's what actually helps protect and repair cellular DNA while it blocks the collagen and elastin breakdown. So, yeah, very, very interesting. So,
man, you did your homework.
I wasn't done. I was looking back at my notes. Some of it I didn't get, so I'm so glad we have the Shaklee scientists that can figure that all out.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
You have to know all of it, right?
I'm glad you had that slide and not me.
Yeah, I made that slide. No. Anyway, so the product that I'm going to be demonstrating, the first one is the Radiance CNE. And I don't know. Let me see if I can see. I can. Is this
we can
good?
see them.
I don't know. I can't see me. So what we've got here are some little pods. They're little pods of gold. I can't.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah, they are beautiful.
Every time.
And in this, we've got the very high, a patented level of vitamin C in there, and also with vitamin E and some apple or some raspberry cell extract. Sorry, let me just put my notes up here so I don't miss any of this. And so what it does is it brightens and smooths and reduces the appearance of lines and wrinkles. And then it'll also reduces the appearance of age spots. So it helps fade those, smooth skin texture, and improves overall skin tone. And so we're just going to break this little tip off of here. And you can put it on your fingertips. I kind of like to work off the back of my hand just because I like to rub the last little bit, the two backs of my hand together to get the rest of that. And then it just is on. This is really silky and it goes on. And I was asked to share a little bit. I'll quickly share. I have a history of skin problems, some cystic acne when I was a teen, not a lot all over, but something always going on. And so for me, I love this because it actually has been starting to diminish some of the scarring that I have.
Wow.
Because, sometimes you even get a pore that's like really open, like more from scarring than just being a large pore. And I've really noticed a big difference on that.
Wow.
With that. Yeah. So, yep. So that's on. So that's the Radiance CNE.
Can I say one thing that I love about that product?
Yep.
Is that those little gold pack, like the package
Capsules?
the capsule is biodegradable.
Yes.
I mean, it's like they thought of everything.
Yeah. Thanks for mentioning that, because I did make a note. They're plant-based, they're vegan, 100% biodegradable, and that's what allows for it to be made without a preservative too.
Okay.
Yeah, very cool. Thanks for mentioning that. And then the second product, I got to do the powerhouses today. This is the youth activating serum.
You did.
And that's made, it's a patent pending formula with apple cell extract, Lotus japonicus, and encapsulated vitamin A retinol. If you've heard of Retin A or retinol or whatnot, actually I have taken Retin A in the past too and spent almost over 20 years on antibiotics. So I've had a long medical treatment. And when I met Barb years ago, I think I was 32 by then and still breaking out like a teenager. And she suggested that I use some vitamins. Imagine that. So it's not only the nutrition that these products provide, but the nutrition that we can actually add to take along with that. And she said, well, why don't you take vitamin B for that? And I said, okay, I'll take it right before I break out. And she said, oh, no, you do that all along.
No.
Yeah. So, okay. So this has, there's the Youth Complex has all those ingredients in it. And this particular product has 10 times the amount of Youth Complex than any of the other products that we have. And it supports collagen production. It structurally helps provide more nutrients and energy to the skin. It activates a youth protein to generate cells so that they'll produce more collagen and elastin. So the result with this is that your skin actually acts younger. So they've given a message to the cells for them to behave like younger cells, in addition to being renewed at the cellular level. And then this is just one pump of this. We want this to last 60 days, and it will if you just use it lightly. And then I'm just going to put that on. And this has a little bit more of almost like a combination of a gel and a cream. And that's really lovely. What I love about these is, you've had products on before that says your skin feels real silky. It feels real moist, real dewy almost when you use them.
You still have some moisturizer on the bridge of your nose.
Huh?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I do?
No, you know what it is? It's just the reflection of the light. But it just makes your skin glow.
Immediately.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Here's my neck.
That's really nice. Yeah. It's so hard to imagine you ever having cystic acne.
Right? I thought the same thing.
I mean, your skin is so, and you've been using InfuCell for what, 20 years?
Yes.
And
that made a huge difference.
Yeah.
But I still had some of that scarring that's starting to fade.
And this is one step up from that. Oh, fantastic.
Yes,
okay,
indeed.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share the last step in the advanced skincare regimen, but don't go away because we have one really exciting product that we haven't talked about that Angie's going to be talking about after we finish the skincare line. So let me just show you our moisturizer. So since it's the evening, I'm going to put the evening one on right now, but I'm going to tell you about the AM after I'm done. So the evening ones, we have two to choose from. So when you order the kit, you get to customize it. You can choose the rich or the light. So I've got the rich, and I'm going to read the back of it to you because I love the wording. Make the most of your night. Marine algae botanicals and vitamins support your skin cell renewal process, helping build collagen and elastin as you sleep. Wake up to skin that appears younger looking, smoother, and more luminous. I love that word, luminous. With jojoba and shea butter for added moisture because I got the rich. So I'm going to show you this real quick. You can see that. It looks like a soup, like kind of a whipped like cream, right? And again, you don't need a lot. It goes a long way. And I put it on my fingertips like that, and I go like this on all. That's how I apply it. And you just do it. And I have plenty, by the way. I even thought I had too little right there. I have plenty everywhere, all over your nose, around on my mouth. I go down, always go down to my neck, sometimes onto my chest. And because it's important that I always put it on the back of my hands too. You will start to notice your hands look and feel better too if you just use the extra on the back of the hands. So it is a great product. It feels lovely. That's my word for it. Is that first night I used it, and actually the first few nights, I kept just touching my face thinking, wow, it feels just lovely. And it kind of feels like you're just going to bed with the spa on your face. I don't know. It's not heavy. And that was the rich one. It's not heavy. It feels great. So I want you to know about those two. And then, but I want to quickly tell you about the one you would use in the mornings because it's a little different. It's called Age Defense Mineral Moisturizer. And it says, protect your skin from far more than just the sun. Natural marine biopolymers protect you from pollutants, and that's important. Patented antioxidants protect against free radicals. And so they used a chemical-free SPF 30. It's the mineral zinc that helps protect you. And that is really important because it protects against the sun and the pollutants. And it says vitamins and nourishing oils moisturize your skin and improve overall appearance of skin tone. So it's a great product. And see, it's a little smaller because you don't need much. And I want to show it to you really quick. Kind of just opens like that. The whole cap doesn't come off. Since I'm going to show you on the back of my hand because I already did my nighttime. But you don't need much. And you're going to notice that it's a little bit thicker than your normal one. So don't let that alarm you. Just use less because I know in the past I was always used to slathering moisturizer on my face to just get it on there. And you don't need to. So here I just have a little bit on the back of my hand. Uh-oh, the screen just went out. Can you see me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
You're back.
So here it is. And that's it. And even that's too much for the back of my hand if you saw that. So it goes right in. But just I noticed in the beginning when I was testing it, I was using too much. So if you feel like it's too thick on your face, just use less. And it really glides in and it absorbs just fine. And that's the other thing with these products is so often with Shaklee, less is even better, which is amazing. So most of them will even last you longer than 60 days. So just be aware of that. The last thing I want to tell you quickly about this AM Mineral Moisturizer, I'm going to read it right from here, is there's a patent pending muscadine grape polyphenol, like you keep hearing, that protects and repairs cellular DNA. And that's really important because it says it's while blocking collagen and elastin breakdown. So it's got that component, but it also has another component I can't really pronounce called Lotus japonicus. It doesn't really matter. And it says that activates a key youth protein to regenerate cells to produce more collagen, elastin, and fibrillin. So did you see that? The one keeps it from breaking down and getting saggy, but more other ones to help keep the elastin and stuff. So it's exciting. We're all excited about it. And I love these products so much that I'm done. And I'm going to go over here and screen share the last thing before we get to move on to Angie's exciting announcement. And, I'm going to see where we're at here. Okay. Okay, so that's it. So if you want to know how you can start looking younger longer, like all of us, this is what you would do. You would just purchase the Youth Advanced Anti-Aging Regimen, and you would receive, this is one of Shaklee's specials. You would receive those little, let me get them, these little gold capsules, these little gold gems for free. And that is a $94 retail value. And that's free. And then you would also see that beautiful silver branded youth cosmetic bag. And that's a really nice bag to put it all in and for travel. You get that for free as well. So this whole kit, usually for retail, it's usually $294, I think. But for our members and member pricing, it's only $250. Phenomenal products. They're meant to last 60 days, but honestly, most of them will last longer. Maybe one or maybe two would be right around 60. So that's our amazing new youth skincare line.
It's a great offer, Susan. Thanks.
Yes.
That is.
Okay, so Andrew, you ready to make the other big announcement that we jumped out of the seats at?
But while everyone is on the edge of their seats, I just want to okay, here we go. I was going to pause and go to the chat, but we can wait for that. We have BB cream, guys. I mean, this was another jump out of your seat moment at the conference. I don't think anyone had any clue because there was all these rumors about what are they launching. And I don't think anybody had any clue that this was coming. And we are so excited. And everyone we talked to is excited because we all know the quality of Shaklee. We just know that now we have one more thing that we can use and not worry about. So as you see, they come in 4 different colors: light, medium, and dark. And what we've been finding is that, maybe one of these shades might work really well for you. But what we've been finding is that they look really your skin glows a little bit more when we blend, and we can find the perfect shade for you. So you can do this with, you can blend on your fingers if you need to. No, Susan, can you just check on the mute?
Yeah. Oh, muting? Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Or you could I got this at Target. It's a little cosmetic sponge deal. You could use a foundation brush, but that might, whatever works for you is good. I'm going to use this little sponge tonight. And the good combination for me, some of the colors have a little bit more yellow undertone, and some of the colors have a little bit more rose undertone. I want to tell you before we get to that, one thing I should have said before. This is a 5-in-1 BB cream. And you know what BB cream stands for? I didn't know this until conference 10 days ago. I'd heard of BB cream. I'm like, why do they call it BB cream? It stands for beauty balm. So it's a little bit lighter than a foundation. It's not going to be cakey. It's going to just be a really nice coverage. It evens, it corrects, it hydrates, it nourishes, and it protects. But it protects with that chemical-free SPF 30 that is also in that AM. So this is giving you another nice little layer of protection from the sun. Okay, so we're going to take, I'm just going to put 3 dabs. Can you see that? 3 dabs of the number 2 for me. And then, surprising, I'm going to take 1 dab of the number 4. Okay. And I know, and just 1 little tiny dab. Okay. And you know how sometimes in the summer when we have our nice little summer glow from the sun, and sometime in the winter we don't. This helps, kind of figure that out. So I've got my headset on. I'm going to work around that, but I'm trying to get in some really good light for you to see.
You're doing good.
Okay. And it just goes on so nice and smooth. And it gives you a nice coverage. And I'm going to put a little bit more on and get around. It's nighttime here. We've been dealing with kids since 6 o'clock this morning.
Whole day.
Yep. And I like to kind of get around my chin line a little bit to kind of blend it in.
Yeah.
And
why is that sheer?
Yeah, it's sheer, and it's still a really nice kind of, it helps just kind of even my tone out a little bit. And I really think that 4,
that's nice.
And you really can't it's, the video screen, but the 4 kind of helps make it, when I've shown this to other people, I believe that 4, or sometimes I've done 1 and 3 together. I had someone that was a 3 and 4, and she was, I
did a 3 and 4 today. Mm-hmm.
Did you too?
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes their skin glow and look a little bit more like it has some dimension to it, not so flat, And then if you want to set it with powder, you can, or you can you're ready to go. So it kind of depends on what kind of makeup you want to do that day. And there you go. And they're compact. You can throw that in your purse if you want to. But it's really nice. I don't feel like I need to.
Yeah, it doesn't feel heavy.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
Yeah. So that was just crazy exciting for us. And I think it should be, another thing I heard we can take the 1, sometimes people say, to do the light as a little concealer.
Yeah, I've been doing that since I heard that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
love that.
There you go. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Angie. Hey, before we move on to finish, we had a good question over here in the chat from Becky, and she wants to know if there's any wait time.
Can you check on the mutes again, please?
Yeah, between the toner. There we go. Yeah, so if there's any wait time between the toner and the youth activating serum and the moisturizer, and that's a good question. So really the only wait time that the products recommend is after you put the youth activating serum on. Let that take some time to set in. And when I say that, I tell people, go make your bed, or, dry your hair, or whatever it is that you need, brush your teeth and do something, and let it set in and soak before you go on to the moisturizer. But that's really the only time that you need to sit and wait. And when I say sit, you're not sitting, it's not too long, but just give it a little time to soak in. Since it's got 10 times the actives, that product has 10 times the actives than the rest of the products.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing, is just brushing my teeth during that time.
Yeah. Okay, good to know.
Francine just said someone's been using the 4 as a lip color.
I saw that, Francine, and I tried it earlier. It was very cool. Do it.
Try that.
Do it.
What? Really?
And it's got
I don't know that's going to work on me.
Do it, Ange.
No,
I'm cool. doing it. I'm doing it.
Oh.
See how nice it is? It's not like
it doesn't feel like a lipstick.
No, but it gives you some SPF 30, and it's just a little extra color.
Do you all feel like you would be like my mirror? Are you feeling sorry for my mirror right now? While my
my makeup dripping down my face.
I'm worried about the water on Susan's computer.
We're all good. So thanks everyone for listening. We're just going to flip on over here to Dawn real quick. She has one last thing to share with you, and then we're going to open up the lines for everyone to if you want to just talk. We don't have to chat anymore. Let me get
very nice.
Do the next one. Oh. Okay, trying to make. Okay, there you go, Dawn.
Okay. Before we go on to opening the lines and closing, then we'd just like to mention that you can see our opportunity has a lot of different benefits from it. I think we all love all of them. The social was a big one when I had little kids coming up. That was my night out around the table with some adults and things. So, and that was 29 years ago. So some of the, that's 20. Yes, it is. Yes, Barb, we're that old. Wow. But we'd like to mention that there is a great business opportunity around our youth skincare line, especially with this launch. And if you or anyone you know would be interested in joining us in this launch and sharing these products and earning upwards of $1,000 a month, please speak with whomever invited you this evening. And we'd also like to invite you to join us next Tuesday, August 29th, for a Zoom meeting to hear more about our business and all the benefits and why we love what we do.
I just want to mention that today I had 2 customers pop in, and I mean pop in. They were picking up some other stuff, and I had set the skincare products up in the dining room very informally. I got dogs, I got cats, I got husbands, I got, stuff. Both of them ended up, and one of them has a cleaning business, and the other one is retired. And she had been had worked at the school, you know, and as secretary at the school. So, you know, these were not wealthy people, and today alone they bought everything. They bought the whole regimen, and they bought the 2 BB cream that Angie just demonstrated. And I mention that because people really are understanding the importance of having natural, trying to control as much as we can the amount of toxins that we are exposed to. And there are just some things you can't, but that's a beautiful thing about Shaklee. Some of you may not be aware, but Shaklee makes a fantastic non-toxic cleaning product line, and it is very, very inexpensive. But that was the first products that I used. And to be able to have skincare products of this caliber with totally natural and healthy and just putting nutrients on our skin, people really get how important that is. So we are eager to have people join us because this is going to be a very big launch. Great.
Awesome.
Do you want to, did anybody raise their hand or have more chat?
Unmute the lines now that we're done with everything. Should we unmute? Should I unmute and people can talk, or do you want to keep it in the chat?
Well, we don't have to keep it in the chat, but if you want to talk, you can raise your hand, or I see people are unmuting themselves. I think you can do that.
Okay, great.
On the bottom left-hand corner of your screen should be like a microphone that says mute. If you want to ask a question, go ahead and feel free to unmute yourself. And this is the time. But also, if you have another question that you think of later, you can always ask the person that invited you.
Somebody I see in the chat asked if the BB cream is on special.
It is special.
Well, it's not. I mean, there's no special deals with it, but do know I haven't memorized the. I have it here. I haven't memorized the retail price of that, but I know the member price on that BB cream is $35, and I have been buying a high-end foundation. I'm paying $47 for a little tub of it. So, I mean, they're just beautifully priced. Retail is $47. Yeah. Oh, no. I'm reading the wrong thing. 41. Even retail is $41. Yeah. So it's really a nice pricing on it.
Yeah. Although I did hear that maybe, since we all love it so much and we were learning how we can blend and make, foundation or closer to us, or we can use it as a lip thing or a concealer, they might do a 4-pack, and maybe there'll be a deal attached to that. Right now, it's not out there, but that would be fun, because then you could buy all 4 and experiment like we have.
Yeah. And the other thing to be aware is they began selling out 7 days after the introduction. They exceeded the purchases of it 4 times their forecast. And so right now the mineral moisturizer as of today, when I place these orders, and the number 3 cream of the BB cream, those are the only 2 that were on back order today, which I thought was pretty good. And that cute little silver makeup kit. But the good news is there is some advantage to ordering something that is on back order, because when they send the back order, they're going to send a present. They're going to send a gift.
Oh, nice.
So if you're okay with, if you order the whole regimen, then your moisturizer will go on back order, which will be perfect, because then when they send it, you'll get another present.
There you go.
Clever. Yeah.
And and with that AM moisturizer being on back order, you can still use very nicely one of the nighttime, whichever nighttime one you pick during the day. You can use your light moisturizer while you wait.
Right.
As your daytime moisturizer, right?
Well, right. The difference between the day moisturizer and the night moisturizer is the sun protection factor.
Well, yes, but if you're waiting.
And you're right. And so but you can get the sun protection factor with the BB cream.
Right.
And it's a 30. So you're good. So just remember, if you don't have the moisturizer yet, be sure to use the BB cream. Becomes more important.
Yeah.
Because you always want to use that protection.
And it hydrates also.
Angie, look at your lips. Don't they look pretty? Now I'm just staring at your lips.
I was too.
Dude, there's just a tad bit more color. It looks really nice.
I might really start doing this because I'm not really a lipstick girl.
Yeah.
But this doesn't feel weird on my lips. It feels fine. And
who came up with that idea? That's great.
Was that
Francine.
It
was a 4.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Even though it looks dark on the tube, like it looks like, oh, it's scary dark. It's not.
Well, that's because it absorbs into your skins and and your own skin tone then blends with it.
I'm looking over here at the chats, and I see Chris said his wife Michelle, her skin was dramatically improved after the first use. Wow, Chris! So after just one night or one day.
Yeah, I think that's true.
It's amazing how quick you start to notice.
I hope she took some before and afters.
Right.
Yeah, and Richard, I'm particularly interested in your before and after. Richard is a sailor, and he is out over the water, the sun, the wind, like crazy. Yeah. And it's really going to be interesting to see what a difference that makes.
Richard just chatted over there. He said on a 5-day sailing, competition, he used it, and his skin survived, his face survived.
Yeah, it's going to make it. I mean, he'll be a really good.
Here we go.
There you are. Okay.
I found the button that says unmute.
Unmute. That helps. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know Dawn saw it. We sailed this. There was like 200 boats in this regatta. And I sailed with my daughter on her boat, and we also sailed on my boat. And it's 5 days out in the sun. So we were sailing about, 5, 7, about 8 or 10 races in 4 days. And big air, a lot of wind, and all sun. So even when it was raining, you were still getting exposed to the UV. But I used, in the morning, the cleanser, the toner, and the day moisturizer. And I did take with me the sunscreen too, because I need to apply some later on. But considering the amount of, we were out in the sun from 7 a.m. until 4 p.m.
Wow.
With a hat on, but that doesn't help much when you're getting the sun from both the sun in the sky and the water.
Reflection.
So, my skin came through very nicely, and I was very pleased with that. So, but I didn't want to use too much because I got to take the before picture yet.
That's what I say.
Richard, you didn't take your before picture. Okay.
Yeah.
Richard,
tell me the rule. What are the rules for taking the picture? I got to find that again.
Straight forward, side view, and then like a 45-degree angle. And always take it in the same. I see some people are taking different backgrounds. Have the same background. So it doesn't,
And don't smile. Just have.
Don't smile. And
this is not a fun business.
Richard, you already look better. Like, I feel like I can already see a difference from conference.
The big, I am German and English, which means my nose sticks out. And
well, I got that too.
When it's closer to the sun, it gets redder faster. So I'm very, very aware of that and have been all my life. When I was a kid, we used to take tubes of zinc oxide and put it on our face. And now with the day moisturizer, you get something that's actually good for you as opposed to just sealing it all in.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Well, all right. Now that we're getting down to side views of our noses, I think we're probably close to wrapping that. So thanks, everybody, for tonight. Thanks for joining us. And thank you, Angie and Dawn and Susan. What a spectacular presentation. This was wonderful. So you really made it come alive for us. So long, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.